Merry Christmas. Today we are watching Elf Bowling the movie, also known as Elf Bowling the movie, The Great North Pole Elf Strike. Now this is actually a video game adaptation, believe it or not. This movie is based off a Flash game called Elf Bowling where you play as Santa and try to knock over the elves. There's also a sequel based off shuffleboarding. They also ported this game to consoles where it got fantastic reviews. I guess charging money for a game that can be beaten in under 15 minutes probably wouldn't go over too well. Let's watch the trailer for this movie and see what we're up for.
Yes, it's Elf Bowling, the game. The outrageous mega hit gaming sensation downloaded over 100 million times. From top portals, websites, wireless networks, and the most downloaded game ever on AOL.
Damn, this is basically a foreign language to anyone born in the last 10 years or so.
Direct from its unprecedented 7-year run on the World Wide Web, 850 million acclaimed performances on desktops, laptops, cell phones, and PDAs everywhere. Enjoyed an incredible 300 to 400 times per second internationally.
Okay, that's great and all, but it's Elf Bowling. That doesn't make it cinema worthy.
Elf Bowling, the movie. The first feature-length animated movie fueled by the power of this proven successful, globally recognized brand.
Dude, come on, don't lie to us like that. It's a game your friend emails you as a joke, which you play for like 2 minutes and then move on. This isn't some esport we're looking at. I mean, if it's so successful, why do you have to start bringing up numbers? We should already know what this shit is.
And it promises uniquely profitable franchise potential.
You know, I kind of feel bad. They actually had hope for this.
What was that for?
For the stupid things I know you're going to do when I'm not around.
You really put the board meeting between the producer and the director in here?
Starring Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Look, I got nothing against Tom Kenny. He's a fine actor, but he's not an A-list top-billing actor for what I'm assuming is to be a studio-level film. Like he was in another shitty Christmas movie we did a few years ago. He was the voice of the racist robots in Transformers 2. The man will literally do any role you give him. This guy's IMDb page has like 500 entries. Not exactly a hard guy to get a hold of. Actually, a fun fact about this movie, Tom Kenny allegedly recorded the audio for this movie in some sketchy rundown LA apartment building. They couldn't even get a recording studio for this guy. At least that's what it says on IMDb.
And featuring an extraordinary ensemble cast. Santa Maria Clausewitz Kringle, his half-brother Dingle Kringle, the elves Lex, Bagger, Pandel, Griselda, the mafioso imbeciles, the Fijian Floozy, and the Big Chief.
Wait, they don't even have other actors worth mentioning, so they just start bringing up characters?
The hottest game ever at the North Pole
Fire on the poop deck!
is now the coolest animated holiday movie ever.
Ever? Holy shit, this is gonna be brutal.
Coming soon to enchant boys, girls, grown-ups, and ticket-buying audiences everywhere.
The thing is, I don't think this got a theatrical release, so...
And coming fall 2007, Elf Bowling 2, The Great Halloween Pumpkin Heist.
I bet you all at home can figure out for yourselves if that movie ever ended up getting made. Also, just look at the poster for this movie. Why does the elf look like that? That's fucking horrifying. And Santa looks weird too. Not at all what he looks like in the movie. So this movie starts with a pirate ship? What the hell have we gotten ourselves into? I will say, while the animation for this movie isn't good, it is far better than I probably thought it would be. However, they use this weird motion capture for it, which isn't exactly doing it any favors.
Put all them crates of stolen toys in me cabin and make it snappy, you barnacle butts. And before I retire to count me booty, I've a teensy question for yous. Who pooped in a peanut barrel?
That's the first joke for this movie. That's their best foot forward.
Oh, me little ones, I owes you this and much, much more for what me and me brother stole o'er the years.
Well, he put a lot of faith into the damn ocean being able to transport the toys to shore safely. I guess water damage isn't a thing.
Dingo, assemble the suckers, I mean crew on deck.
Anything you say, my dear sweet brother.
So there's Tom Kenny's character, Santa's brother. He was actually in the second Elf Bowling, so I guess they're trying to be accurate to the game. As much stuff as the game has to offer you, I guess.
He cooked the books. Ah, Dingle cooked the books. Cook the books?
Did he just fucking unsheath the sword he already had in his hand? And that's basically it for the pirate aspect of this movie. Don't really understand the point of it, but there we are. So yeah, Santa just fucking tries to murder his own brother in the first 7 minutes of the film.
I know that jig. It's a pants on fire fandango. Kia Bev Shaw.
Yeah, you can tell me what your interpretation of that scene is supposed to be.
Lex, I'm scared. You set the giant's butt on fire.
Don't worry, Candle. He's the great Whitebeard. He won't touch a hair on our heads.
Short legs, puny heads, and pointy ears. I heard of wee folk. Elves, you be called,
You know, it's very convenient how everything works out. They happen to have a legendary Whitebeard. Santa already knows what elves are. God, these elves are just not pleasant on the eyes.
And then Storm in that mountain over there. And that one. And that one.
Holy jingle bells, lad. There must be 10 trillion and counting.
Come on, there's no way there's a trillion in those, let alone 10 trillion.
Give me that, you
That's mine. No,
Uh-oh.
Whitebeard, what the canoodle was that?
It's me favorite game, lad. Bowling. Elf bowling, that is.
There it is. There's the elf bowling. They've really given up. We're not even 15 minutes in and they've given up. Well, that implies they were actually trying in the first place.
My specialty, steaming hot strudel.
Strudel happens to be me favorite dish in the whole world, me lass.
Rather you keep your hot strudel in your pants.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? There's putting adult jokes in kids' movies, but I think that one's a bit too specific.
Can I interest you in some hot mittens? They just fell off the truck.
Beat it.
Where did the giant fish come from? It's a running gag, too. Is that what it says in the script? He just randomly hits him with a giant fish?
I got it. You give away toys, right? Well, we make toys.
And your point is?
You can give away the toys we make to children every day of the week.
Nah, too much work.
Okay. How about you just give them the toys on one special day of the year?
That's a big jump. Every day to just 1 year? At least try to haggle it to like once a month first.
Line is, you got free room and board.
And all the food and candy you can eat.
And after it's invented, you get free cable.
So what time period does this take place in then? I mean, Santa and Dingo seem like 1700s era pirates, but I guess not.
Now, Santa, without further ado, let me introduce to you the stars of our toy-making extravaganza. First, there's Rapple, who's in charge of packaging.
Yo, when the presents need wrapping, I'm the one make that happen. My feet start tapping, my hands keep a-clapping.
Whoa! Okay.
We're really gonna go there? Ironically, this isn't the only time Tom Kenny plays a black stereotype, as I briefly mentioned earlier.
Well, lads, looks like we're in business.
If you're just going to rush the Santa origin story, then why even make it one? Why not just make this movie about the creation of Elf Bowling or something and make Santa already established?
Hold everything! Santa, if you're gonna be in business with elves, you gotta remember this one important thing.
When Rappelstiltskin wraps a package, it seems a simple thing.
Of course, the character with the worst voice in the movie is the one with the song.
This is how it goes. Oh, elves better be happy. Their hearts must brim with joy. For only a happy elf is contractually obligated to make toys.
Damn, these elves wouldn't last a minute in the Gilded Age.
This won't do.
What dickheads.
And so the elves and I began an enterprise that was destined to change all of history. And as an added bonus, the elves' magic bestowed immortality on the Dingle and me.
Yeah, they have access to immortality, no biggie or anything.
And just when I bailed out me brother for the billionth time, love was in the air like the scent of fresh strudel.
It's like they didn't feel like developing anything, so it just happened. They just mentioned it happened.
For 1,400 years of hard work.
1,400 years and Santa never dropped the pirate voice.
Your own bowling alley!
So who did he have build the bowling alley? Unless he just made it with magic, which if that was the case, why did he wait 1,200 years? Too much SpongeBob came out there.
Griselda, where are me tacos?
That's it! I know he's your brother, darling, but enough is enough. It's either my strudel or that wet noodle.
Huh?
Well, it's time you got a place of your own. You must have noticed by now that I've turned over a new leaf.
So what the fuck? You can make a bowling alley, then why not just make him a new house?
Well, I am sick of being second banana.
To a man who wears a bra? Conveniently, all the blood in the original game is just not present in this film.
Good work, my tuxedoed imbeciles. Now's the time for me to take control.
I don't know when Dingle just became the leader of these penguins, but I guess he is. At least we finally have some kind of conflict.
Listen up! We all know I should be running this joint, so I'm challenging my belly full of blubber brother to bowl for Christmas.
So it's a duel for all the marbles, is it?
Not exactly sure why all these elves even agree to this. Were any of them unhappy with Santa's performance? It's Lex who fucked up the inventory count.
Who's in charge of the inventory?
That'd be Lex, Santa.
Stop with that. It's just not funny.
Game's about to begin.
And already our two athletes are in the middle of controversy. Santa's having a beef with his manager.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That joke wasn't terrible, but I bet it's been done before.
600 years of Griselda strudel has really beefed up the old boy, which won't hurt a bit when he throws that ball.
This is honestly the most embarrassing part of the movie. Like, why? Why did they need a racist stereotype black elf? How would he even pick up on Ebonics if no one else around speaks like that? Hell, this movie takes place over the course of 100 years. So before America, before the transatlantic slave trade and emancipation, and the formation of the dialect that became AAVE. So how the fuck does this elf have this dialect?
Imbeciles! Imbeciles, get ready!
Whoa, what the hell? I know he's a pirate, but I didn't know he had a bite of the fucking gum fruit.
Yes, oh yeah, bring it, baby, bring it!
So if they already know he cheated, then why are they still allowing this to go on? I don't know, if they went down, they went down.
Dingle cheated! Which means Santa wins!
Well, no, I just think the game is just forfeit.
Is planned. Are there any questions?
Ooh.
Yes, imbecile number one.
Hey, look, boss, I can do your mom.
Bro, what the hell is this shit? This is a movie for kids. Oh, it's just the shadow puppet. Look, is it unreasonable that I thought they'd actually do this?
When you're evil.
Shut up, you don't get the right to be a musical. Why not just count days at that point?
Max! You broke the candy cane machine!
He didn't even touch it. What the hell are you talking about?
Knucklehead!
Oh, yeah? That's it! I quit!
Well, you can't quit, 'cause you're fired!
Oh, Santy, we've got an emergency. After your little run-in with that pipsqueak, he went mental and walked out onto the ice.
What?
Could you please just do something creative?
It's all right, you loony little munchkin. Santa's here.
Yo, Santy, nice day for a swim.
I've been hornswoggled.
What a surprise, the guy who openly hates you and cheated against you in bowling would try and trick you. Wait, what the fuck is he doing here? I thought he left. Remember when this movie was supposed to be about elf bowling?
What will you do? Well, since everything's in cinders and since Santa flew the coop, how's about we use a little bit of the old elf magic and build us a new joint in the funnest place on earth? Elves have never sailed the seven seas.
Look, they go to Fiji, okay? We don't need a song. So they have an airport even though they don't go anywhere.
Today's movies in elf class will be Gremlins, Gremlins 2, and Grizzly Adams.
As if fucking Elf Bowling the movie gets to criticize any other film ever. Who the hell is this bitch?
Tell you she was the sweetest bird ever. She had it all. And then she meets up with this internet geek online and bada boom. She's off to Cancun for tequila and body shots.
Yeah, sure, more stereotypes like the minstrel show Elf wasn't enough.
Chapter 1. As I scour the South Pacific in search of a new workshop, I reminisce about me Christmas.
Just in front of everyone else he says this.
You see, when old Dingle was but a
Too
wee
much
lad,
detail, darling. Let's see no wedding ring, ridiculous clothing. I'll bet you've never kissed a girl.
Damn, just virgin shame, dude. Did they really have to model an entire White House just for some shitty visual gag?
Hey, Hemp. Hey, kid, you mind?
Yeah, let's stereotype Islanders now, too.
everybody conga!
Everyone in front of him just conveniently disappears. We're in the last 30 minutes of this movie anyway, so I don't really care anymore. Is that supposed to be the Home Alone face?
I'm Santa Claus, a cultural icon.
Yeah, and this movie is butchering it.
Maybe I should come with you, yeah?
Not this time, Grizz. This is between me and me brother.
And then he just fucking leaves her there, in the middle of the ice. Couldn't even drop her off at the workshop first, I guess? When did he plan all of this shit out? If they're hypnotized, he doesn't really need the whip now, does he?
What invoices?
Well, sweetiekins, I thought we'd build the children for their Christmas presents.
Because kids are, of course, known for their disposable income.
Slavery makes the world go round.
You know, it's one thing to put a racist elf character in this, but then you put a song like this in and, well, it's not helping your case here. Could you imagine being in some shitty apartment and in the room next door you just hear Tom Kenny singing about slavery? I like how the money doesn't pile up or anything, it just clips through the floor.
You're starting to get the picture, elf boy.
Yeah.
Ow! About time you retire that little ornament of yourn.
What are you saying?
Don't you have someplace you need to be?
Yeah, I don't understand the purpose of the Big Chief either. I don't understand most of the decisions made in this movie.
Like we totally give it up to your awesome dingleness.
So the orb can create sentient life? Then why did you need to enslave the elves? Why not just create an army of slaves to make toys? Or just mind control the elves with the orb? You wouldn't need to go all the way to Fiji then.
Google me name, you swab, and you'll see it a billion gazillion times.
Or maybe you could AOL it, if that's a thing.
This is like a chick flick, except instead of smoking babes, dude, it's a munchkin and a fat guy.
Oh, I wouldn't give yourself that much credit. Shouldn't it be nighttime then? That is, if they're using Fiji's time zone.
With 12% late fees, we should rake in a cushy $6 trillion.
Halliburton-luia! Another year like this and I can afford TiVo.
Damn, is TiVo still a thing these days? There's just some fire spirit now. Why do I even bother?
Huh? Where the bleep am I?
Yeah, and what the bleep's happening?
Hey, how come my underwear's on backwards?
Yeah, just put another one of those kinds of jokes in your kids' movie. Sure, she just took a taxi. What a great explanation how she's suddenly here.
Why, this is the most delicious strudel I've ever tasted.
I guess that's better than being a trillionaire.
Boy, Santa, I hope that sleigh's got an airbag.
He can't hold on. He too fat.
He wouldn't be able to hold on, so let's just give him the weight of another person to hold on to. Oh yeah, there was bowling in this. You'd think they'd use shuffleboard and considering how that's what the second game was about, but screw it, I guess. Yeah, don't make any precautions to make sure Dingle doesn't cheat again. Genius.
Bola! Bola! Wait! Dingle cheated!
Which means Dingle cheated again, and Santa wins!
So I guess we'll never truly know who's the better bowler then. I guess Dingle is just dead, because that's the last we ever hear from him. You know, what can't the fucking orb do?
Man, we could use that in Detroit.
That's me, boy.
Oh, shut the fuck up with that. Fuck this movie. Calls him boy, too. So that was Elf Bowling the movie. Honestly, it's just nothing, really. It's not the worst compared to the other Christmas movies we've talked about, but it's obviously bad. I guess the thing is, it's just a product. They put as little effort and money into it as hopes it would print money, but that obviously wasn't the case. If you're not gonna put in effort, at least put in money. Films from Illumination have no effort, but at least they have flashy animation and recognizable celebrities in the cast. And if you don't have money, at least put in effort. However, if you can't put either in, then what is the point? They really thought that because people liked Elf Bowling the game, this movie was going to be a massive success? Clearly they were wrong. Overall, this isn't even really worth watching as it's so bad it's good like the Nutcracker 3D was. That movie was at least memorable, albeit for the wrong reasons. This movie is just a boring piece of shit, so that's all I have to say. Merry Christmas, I guess.